All stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honourable court now draw nigh, give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Yazan Amjad Mahmoud Abdul-Jabbar.
May it please the court, I move that Yassan Amjad Mahmoud Abdul-Jabbar be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yazan Amjad Mahmoud Abdul-Jabbar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olympia Francois Aldesi.
May it please the court, I move that Olympia Francois Aldesi be admitted a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Olympia Francois Aldesi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
T. Min Nuet Bui.
May it please the court, I move that T. Min Nuet Bui be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let T. Min Nuet Bui be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Annabelle Grace Burnett.
May it please the court, I move that Annabelle Grace Burnett be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Annabelle Grace Burnett be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jose Korchnoi Tuca Caparino.
May it please the court, I move that Jose Korchnoi Tuca Caparino be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jose Korchnoi Tuca Caparino be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chan Man Cheong.
May it please the court, I move that Chun Man Chong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chun Mang Chong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
June Ping Chong.
May it please the court, I move that Jun Ping Chong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let June Ping Chong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mathilde Louise Clark.
May it please the court, I move that Matilda Louise Clark be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Matilda Louise Clark be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Paige Kelly Davis.
May it please the court, I move that Paige Kelly Davis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Paige Kelly Davis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Benjamin Michael Dennison.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Benjamin Michael Dennison, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Benjamin Michael Dennison be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gabrielle Elkazi.
May it please the court, I move that Gabrielle Elkazi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gabrielle Elkazi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rizan Feng.
May it please the court, I move that Rizan Feng be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rizan Feng be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mia Ashley Fowler.
May it please the court, I move that Mia Ashley Fowler be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mia Ashley Fowler be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Marina Rachel Francis.
May it please the court, I move that my wife, Marina Rachel Francis, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Marina Rachel Francis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samantha Francis.
May it please the court, I move that Samantha Francis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Samantha Francis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charlotte Louise Fuller.
May it please the court, I move that Charlotte Louise Fuller be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Charlotte Louise Fuller be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Murray Francis Gatt.
May it please the court, I move that Murray Francis Gatt be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Murray Francis Gatt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Natasha Siksha Govind.
May it please the court, I move that Natasha Siksha Govind be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Natasha Siksha Govind be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chelsea Teng Hao.
May it please the court, I move that Chelsea Teng Hao be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chelsea Teng Hao be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Henry Charles Argent Higgins.
May it please the court, I move that Henry Charles Argent Higgins be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Henry Charles Argent Higgins be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Xiaoran Hu.
May it please the court, I move that Xiaoran Hu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Xiaorang Hu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madison Kate Hutchin.
May it please the court, I move that Madison Kate Hutchin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Madison Kate Hutchin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bovis Johannan.
May it please the court, I move that Bovis Johannan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bogus Johannan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Natasha Madeline Karras.
May it please the court, I move that Natasha Madeline Karras be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Natasha Madeline Karras be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sorsha Kiraku.
May it please the court, I move that Sorsha Kiriakou be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sorsha Kiriakou be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ziyue Li.
May it please the court, I move that Yue Li be admitted as lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jian Yu Li be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Caitlin Bonnie Long.
May it please the court, I move that Caitlin Bonnie Long be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Caitlin Bonnie Long be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Veronique Bianca Lawyer.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Veronique Bianca Lawyer, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Veronique Bianca Lawyer be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tonya Rebecca Diana Marie May.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Tonya Diana Marie Mayer, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tonya Rebecca Diane Marie Mayett be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Naomi Lena McEwen.
May it please the court, I move that Naomi Lena McEwen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Naomi Lena McEwen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Phoebe Jane Metcalf.
May it please the court, I move that Phoebe Jane Metcalf be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Phoebe Jane Metcalf be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olivia Juliette Johanna Mueller.
May it please the court, I move that Olivia Juliette Johanna Muller be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Olivia Juliette Johanna Muller be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kira Helena Murphy.
May it please the court, I move that Kira Helena Murphy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kira Helena Murphy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aidan Auguste.
May it please the court, I move that Aidan Auguste be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Aidan Auguste be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Priya Pagadinamath.
May it please the court, I move that Priya Pagadinamath be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Priya Pagadinamath be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brooklyn Kennedy Palmer.
May it please the court, I move that Brooklyn Kennedy Palmer be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Brooklyn Kennedy Palmer be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Eliza Kate Parker.
May it please the court, I move that Eliza Kate Parker be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Eliza Kate Parker be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James Alexander Powell.
May it please the court, I move that James Alexander Powell be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let James Alexander Powell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mursal Farah Rahimi.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, Masal Farah Rahimi, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Masal Farah Rahimi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Pavitra Raja.
May it please the court, I move that Pavitra Raya be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Pavitra Raja be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Grace Seo.
May it please the court, I move that Grace Theo be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Grace Seo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bianca Mary McKillop Theo.
May it please the court, I move that Bianca Mary McKillop Theo be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bianca Mary McKillop Theo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Surabi Upanye.
May it please the court, I move that Surabi Upanye be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Surabi Upadhyay be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Martin Van Art.
May it please the court, I move that Martin Van Art be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Martin Van Art be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Imogen Isabella Worth.
May it please the court, I move that Imogen Isabella Worth be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Imogen Isabella Worth be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bryce Philip Ray.
May it please the court, I move that Bryce Philip Ray be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bryce Philip Ray be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Widdy Wu.
May it please the court, I move that Whitey Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Weedy Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lael Zabeb.
May it please the court, I move that Lael's Bib be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lael's Bib be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will be necessary for those applicants whose admission has been moved to stand and remain standing for the purpose of swearing an oath or making a declaration. Please stand as directed by the officiating officer.
For the two rows to my right, the first two rows, please stand. Yazan Amjad Mahmoud Abdeljabbar. Olympia Francois Aldesi. T. Minuet Bui. Annabelle Grace Burnett. Jose Korchnoi Tuka Caparino. Chun Man Chung. June Ping Chung. Mathilde Louise Clark. Paige Kelly Davis. Benjamin Michael Dennison. Gabrielle Elkazi. Rizan Feng. Mia Ashley Fowler. Marina Rachel Francis. Samantha Francis. Charlotte Louise Fuller. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do. So help me God.
Please be seated. Thank you. With the next two rows behind, please stand. Murray Francis Gatt. Natasha Siksha Govind. Chelsea Teng Howe. Henry Charles Arden Higgins. Shaoran Hu. Madison Kate Hutchin. Bovis Johannan. Natasha Madeline Karras. Sorsha Kiraku. Zyer Lee. Caitlin Bonnie Long. Veronique Bianca Lawyer. Tonya Rebecca Diana Marie Mate. Naomi Lena McEwen. Phoebe Jane Metcalf. Olivia Juliet Johanna Mueller. Kira Helena Murphy. Aidan Ogus. Priya Pagadinamath. Brooklyn Kennedy Palmer. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please be seated. The 2 rows to my left, please stand. Eliza Kate Parker, James Alexander Powell, Mursal Farah Rahimi, Pavitra Raja, Grace Seo, Bianca Mary McKillop Theo, Suravi Upanye, Martin Van Art, Imogen Isabella Worth, Bryce Philip Ray, Wadi Wu, Lael Zabib. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? I do. Thank you. Please be seated.
Now that the formal proceedings are concluded, it's my privilege on behalf of Chief Justice Bell, who regrets that other commitments prevent him from officiating at this ceremony, to extend to each one of you a warm welcome to the Supreme Court of New South Wales. I'm Justice Brereton of the Court of Appeal, and I have the privilege of presiding in place of the Chief Justice on this important occasion. Present with me on the bench today, to my immediate right is Justice Sakar, a Judge of the Equity Division. To my immediate left is Justice Wright, a Judge of the Common Law Division. To my far right is Justice Lonergan, a Judge of the Common Law Division. And to my far left, Justice Richmond, a Judge of the Equity Division. Together we constitute the court that has, in the due exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice. This ceremony takes place on land for which, since time immemorial, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation have cared and been the custodians. The court pays its respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, as it does to all First Nations people participating in these proceedings. To those who have been admitted today, welcome to the legal profession. The Supreme Court of New South Wales, of which each one of you is now an officer, is nigh on 2 centuries old. Next year we will celebrate that bicentenary. The Charter of Justice which created the court was proclaimed on 17 May 1824, only 25 years after the end of the French Revolution in 1799. In the midst of the great period of revolution and reform in Europe between 1815 and 1848, and 37 years before the outbreak of the American Civil War in 1861. This history of the continuous administration of the rule of law by this court for 2 centuries, though not unique, is remarkable. The robes we wear, as you will see from the portraits that hang on the walls of this courtroom, are the same robes, and in my case at least literally, as our predecessors wore. In this is symbolised the enduring continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales. In a world in which there is today so much global insecurity and uncertainty, the continuity of the rule of law has never been more important. It's reflected in the judicial oath to which each judge of the court subscribes, to do justice to all manner of people without fear or favour, affection or ill will. That is the antithesis of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of populists and autocrats. We must and do acknowledge that the imposition of foreign laws on the First Nations, including in times past by this court, has wrought many hardships and injustices. But it is also important to recognise that as long ago as 1838, it was the unstinting adherence to the rule of law by law officers and the court, in the face of public hysteria, that resulted in the conviction of those responsible for the Mile Creek massacre of 28 Aboriginal men and women in northern New South Wales. The custom which you have continued today of advocates coming before the bench to swear an oath on admission to practice dates back to the 12th century. This court first admitted lawyers in 1824. By 1830, the names of lawyers were subscribed onto rolls in this state, as in turn will yours be when, after this ceremony, you too sign the roll. You have been admitted on the motion of someone who is already a member of the profession, and your family, friends, and peers are all witnesses to the promises and undertakings you have given, as are we five who constitute the bench. The law touches every part of our society, and its practice may lead to diverse career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one, which demands solemn regard. Whether in private practice or at the bar, in a community legal centre or a corporation, in a Crown Law office or other government centre, department or agency, or in whatever other field your career may take you, you should be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and you must at all times strive to uphold these cardinal values. Notwithstanding all this formality and tradition, the legal profession is not locked in the past. The profession is a far more diverse one than it was when I was first admitted 40 years ago. Since 2018, women have comprised more than half the solicitors with a practising certificate in New South Wales, and currently more than 2/3 of those under the age of 30. Many of the most senior positions in the law in the country are held by distinguished women, including the current Chief Justices of the High Court of Australia and of Victoria, Queensland and the Australian Capital Territory, the President of our Court of Appeal, this state's Director of Public Prosecutions and Senior Public Defender, and the Presidents of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society of New South Wales. One need only look around the ranks of those who've been admitted today to see the increasing cultural diversity of the profession, which is also progressively creeping up the ranks of the profession. This is important. It facilitates the proper representation of all sectors of our diverse community, and the people will have confidence in a profession and a court that reflects the community. Other developments include the rapid technological advances brought about by the pandemic. There have been profound consequences for the way in which courts and lawyers interact with litigants and clients. There is also increased workplace flexibility for practitioners, which increases accessibility for those with family responsibilities and for those in regional and remote communities. But while the increased use of technology offers many opportunities and advantages, the practice of the law has at its heart human nature and human interaction. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how they react and respond, and how they interact. This cannot be done exclusively at the end of an audio-visual link. Always remember that you're not dealing with the law in a vacuum, but in its application to people's lives. The profession of law is a profession of service to your clients and of service to the administration of justice. Being a lawyer means that you are their advisor, confidant, problem solver, mediator, and advocate. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. This is an inevitable consequence of having dual obligations to clients and to the court. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise your fundamental duties to the court and the administration of justice. In short, if you are in doubt as to whether a course of action is proper or ethical, it probably isn't. You must avoid giving your clients the advice you think they might want to hear. The same question should produce the same answer, regardless of who asks it and who is paying for it. The advice that your client may want to hear will not be welcome in the long run if it turns out to be incorrect. Remember that those who seek your service as a lawyer will often be people facing enormous personal pressures with their assets, their home, their welfare, their family, their relationships, or even their liberty in jeopardy. You must bring to their service not only technical competence, but sensitivity to their circumstances, courtesy, and integrity. For a non-lawyer, the law is often difficult to comprehend. Your task is to make the law accessible to them, sometimes by interpreting complex legal concepts, sometimes by deciphering difficult drafting, sometimes by exploring and exposing complicated factual situations and explaining their legal ramifications. In your written and oral communication, strive always to be clear and concise. This helps your client understand. The best advocates make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. From time to time, you will make mistakes, mostly minor, but some perhaps momentous. We all do. Learn from your mistakes and remember that it is almost always the cover-up rather than the original commission of error that leads to grief. Your duties of honesty and integrity and your undertaking to serve the administration of justice oblige you to take responsibility for your mistakes and to rectify what you can. Many aspects of legal practice are in their nature adversarial. Differences and disputes, even in non-litigious practice, can become heated. A lawyer should avoid stoking the fire. Members of the profession are expected to deal with each other courteously and civilly. You must not allow pressures from anxious or angry clients or frustrations with your opponent to lead you into offensive and antagonistic correspondence and communications. There is simply no place for it, and especially no place for correspondence that contains allegations of impropriety against an opponent, whether to the opponent or to your client. Remember that almost invariably, your opponent will be doing the best they can for their client with the resources they have within the confines of propriety according to their perception. You must maintain your detachment and balance and good humour, remembering at all times that you are members not of a business, but of a profession. And in that respect, be moderate in what you charge. Lawyers can earn a very comfortable living without resorting to exorbitant charging. Although we no longer have scales of costs, the Cost Assessment Rules Committee has published guidelines as to appropriate amounts to be allowed on assessment, and they provide a sound guide as to the range of rates that is considered reasonable. Some of you as employees may come under the pressure of budgets and targets. If you are charging more than those guidelines suggest is appropriate for a lawyer of your seniority, you should be asking yourself, and perhaps your employer, why? You do not need to charge for everything you do, and be prepared to do your share of pro bono work. Cases in which pro bono representation resulted in a real difference for a client who would otherwise not have had a lawyer are for me amongst the most memorable and rewarding of my time at the bar. Be conscious of your health, both physical and psychological. The practice of law is demanding. It can become all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. If you think your days of long, caffeine-sustained nights are over, you are sadly mistaken. There may be times when you feel overwhelmed, exhausted, or distressed. But the law is a collegiate profession, and you can always turn to a peer for help and advice. and you should always be receptive to those who might similarly turn to you. Try to keep some balance in your life, have an interest outside the law, and don't forget your family. And keep an eye open to the welfare of your colleagues. You will notice before they do when someone is beginning to struggle, and an intervention at that point can avoid much grief later. Likewise, have the humility to listen if someone has a word like that to you. A modest remediation at that stage can avert a catastrophe later. And finally, despite the serious nature of many of these remarks, today is above all a day for celebration. You should be justly proud of your achievements. You have had to work hard, often very hard, to get here. In that, for many of you, the support of your family and friends, including those here with you today and those watching online, would have been invaluable. No doubt they've also been on the receiving end of your developing skills of argument and persuasion. Please take the time to give them the thanks that they so richly deserve. And now let me invite the representatives of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society of New South Wales to add their welcomes to the profession of which they are already eminent examples. Ms. Musa, do you move?
May it please the Court, my name is Musa, and I have been practising for 8 months at the bar with a predominantly commercial and corporate practice. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, but it is also a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job and that it allows me to give expert advice to and represent people in court and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar Open Day. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority. They meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. The support you receive is not limited to just those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5 year barristers like myself, and a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is to attract the best potential to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this Honourable Court.
Thank you, Ms. Musa. Ms. Irvin, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Olivia Irvin, and I'm the President of New South Wales Young Lawyers. Not so long ago, I stood where you are standing today. This is metaphorically. I was virtually admitted, but wherever you attend your ceremony from, it is a truly momentous and memorable occasion. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court roll as the final step on one years-long and at times arduous journey. I hope that each of you is immensely proud of what you've achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy, and often it was overwhelming. However, as I stand here today, having worked 2 years as a lawyer at Hazelbrook Legal
I am very happy to report that I've learned much more and grown much more than I could have imagined in 2020. One of the most important things I have learned is the importance of being part of the profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which each of you now belongs as well. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that profession, with 30,000 members across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As early career lawyers, I have found from my experience that my network of peers has been crucial. I have been part of New South Wales Young Lawyers for 4 years, and in that time I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed it most. I have also found opportunities to advocate for meaningful change to significant legal issues and participation in the profession at its very best. By joining the Law Society of New South Wales and Young Lawyers, you can access professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and much more. It is our role at the Law Society to ensure that each of you, as newly minted solicitors, are best able to thrive in your new profession. So again, congratulations. Please reach out to us and reach out to your employer, and we look forward to welcoming you to the Law Society community. May it please the court.
Thank you, Ms. Owen. So today, in being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with a rich history, heritage and culture. As the oath or affirmation you have taken attests, you have assumed serious and solemn responsibilities. The law is a wonderful profession, traditional and modern, intellectual and practical, stimulating and satisfying. It's a profession populated by intelligent, committed and dynamic people, and it plays a central role in upholding, vindicating and enforcing the rights and obligations of all manner of people. You are now part of that. Work hard, prepare thoroughly, set high standards for yourself, take pride in your work and aspire to emulate the best. Look out for your colleagues, contribute to the profession and your community, and try not to take yourself too seriously, though your family and friends will usually see to that. On behalf of the Chief Justice and the judges of the Supreme Court, I once again extend to you the court's congratulations on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. We wish you all the best for the exciting journey that awaits you and a full and rewarding career. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.